friends, welcome back again on the I Have a Vision Academy YouTube channel. In short, I Have Academy. So, without wasting any further time, let's start our topic. So, today we will be discussing two chapters, amendability and basic structure, because most of the basic structure part I have covered in previous videos. So, amendment to the constitution, I have told you the famous article 368. Why Article 368? Only the parliament and not the state legislatures have the power to amend the constitution of India. ठीक है? Is this power to amend the constitution of parliament is unlimited or is it restricted? Yes, it is restricted. By which term? The doctrine of basic structure. In particular case, I have told you the famous Keshwanand Bharti case prior to 1975 emergency. Understood? So 1973. So in this particular case, Supreme Court has declared that Parliament has the power, has the authority to amend any provision of the Constitution besides touching the basic structure. It is the basic essence which our Constitution is oozing out, like rule of law or welfare state. India is a welfare state and not a police state. ठीक है? Welfare state is more of a liberalized term. There is more liberty provided in welfare state than the police state. ठीक है? Sovereignty and republic, harmony between DPSP and FR, anything which can be amended is not part of our basic structure. So is fundamental rights are part of basic structure? No, because 44th Amendment Act, right to property हट गई. And I have told you, I have discussed on my channel the CDS, this year's CDS question paper. तो उसमें पर्टिकुलर यही क्वेश्चन आया था कि वाया 44 राइट टू प्रॉपर्टी, आई थिंक इसी लाइन पे था कि राइट टू प्रॉपर्टी किस अमेंडमेंट से हटी है, या वाया 44th अमेंडमेंट एक्ट विच फंडामेंटल राइट हैज़ बिन रिपील्ड. तो इन दोनों में से एक ही क्वेश्चन था, मुझे याद नहीं है. सो दिस इज द आंसर. In previous UPSC question, I think CAPF or Civil Services Examination, another question has been asked. It was a beautiful question and I have discussed this particular question in our previous classes also. That a term has been given that Constitution has defined the basic structure doctrine which includes fundamental rights, rule of law, welfare state, harmonious construction between DPSP and FR. So the first statement has been given in this form, and in last we have been asked whether A is correct, 1 and 2 is correct, and these all of type of questions. So here two things are wrong. Constitution hasn't defined it, SC has declared it, Supreme Court. So there is no mention of basic structure doctrine in our Constitution. ठीक है? And the second provision is fundamental rights are not part of basic structure. ठीक है? If we have to trace the history of basic structure doctrine, तो वही amendability to fundamental rights के जो 3 हमने केसेस पढ़े थे वही है. Shankari Prasad case of 1951 challenging the first amendment. So in this case, Supreme Court has declared that yes, it is constitutionally valid. The First Amendment Act of 1951 is constitutionally valid as the Parliament has two powers: constituent legislative power and ordinary legislative power. If the Parliament by special majority is exercising his constituent legislative power under Article 368, then that particular law that has been formed will not be of the definition of Article 13. Means whatever law definition has been written in 13, it is not equivalent to the law made under 368 by using constituent legislative power of Parliament. ठीक है. So in this particular, अभी absurd लग रहा होगा, but at that period of time this particular judgment has been given and first constitutional amendment act has been proved to be valid. ठीक है. गोलकनाथ केस ये मैं सब रिवीजन करवा रहा हूँ. I have all discussed it in our previous classes. गोलकनाथ केस ब्रदर्स थे in 1967. So इस पर्टिकुलर केस में क्या हुआ था कि जो गोलकनाथ ब्रदर्स थे उसके जो लॉयर थे उन्होंने क्या बोल दिया, बहुत ही गेम खेल दिया लॉयर वाला कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हैज रिटन दैट द पावर्स ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट टू अमेंड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. सो anomaly has been created that these particular powers have been given to the parliament via constitution but it hasn't quoted the manner to exercise them. ठीक है. फिर हमने वो एक एग्जांपल लिया था कि आप किसी के घर खाने गए, वहाँ चाउमीन चाइनीज फूड रखा हुआ है, तो याद कर लेना. केशवनाथ भारती केस आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड इट टू यू कि पार्लियामेंट कैन अमेंड एनी प्रोविजन ऑफ आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बिसाइड द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर डॉक्ट्राइन एंड टिल 1973 टिल नाउ द Supreme Court in number of cases has extended this list of basic structure doctrine. Have a look on these all the basic structure doctrine. सो वी हैव कंप्लीटेड बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर डॉक्ट्राइन. ठीक है. इसका क्रक्स पता होना चाहिए आपको बस. सो आर्टिकल 368 पार्ट 20 ऑफ आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन गिव्स पावर ऑफ अमेंडमेंट टू द पार्लियामेंट एंड नॉट टू द स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर्स टू अमेंड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. अंडरस्टूड. सो इन आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट आर्टिकल 368. In our constitution we have three majorities. I think I have told you this in our basic classes of polity, the first 4 or 5 classes. So go check it out. So these three majorities have been given in our constitution and these two particular are given in our 368 article. This last majority will be exercised in case of amending federal provisions of our parliament. Federal means the distribution of powers between center and state. So those matters pertaining to the distribution of powers between center and state जहाँ दोनों का बराबरी से हक है. कैसे? एग्जाम्पल लीजिए, इलेक्शन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट. इन द इलेक्शन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट बोथ स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर्स एज वेल एज पार्लियामेंट टुक पार्ट. सो दैट इज काइंड ऑफ फेडरल प्रोविजंस. तो ऐसे ही पूरी लिस्ट है, अभी मैं आपको बताऊंगा वो भी, पर अभी यू हैव टू फोकस हेयर. देन इन स्पेशल FR or DPSPs and other provisions which are not included in this or this point. So these are covered in special and most of the constitution can be amended by simple majority. जैसे Article 2, 3 creation of legislative council, delimitation commission, etc. So these kind of things can be amended via simple majority. Understood? प्रोसेस समझ लेते हैं थोड़ा सा. So this is the whole procedure of amending of our constitution under article 368. Understood? So the process started by introducing a bill in either house of our state legislature. Nahi, the state legislatures don't have the power to amend the constitution. Understood? So it is a prerogative of parliament. So we can introduce this particular bill in either house of our parliament, and this particular bill also doesn't require any prior permission of president. ठीक है, जैसे मनी बिल है, it requires prior permission of president. Article 3, I have told you, in union and its territory, it requires prior permission of president. So this particular amendment bill, the whole prerogative right is on onus of parliament. Understood? याद रखना statement. Either house, no prior permission. Second is any member of the legislature, both the legislature, Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha, can introduce this particular bill. Understood? Any member means any member from union government or any opposition government or any member, private member, can introduce this bill. Third is the bill requires special majority. I have told you 368 denotes only special majority of 2 points. ठीक है? So if it is not about the federal provisions of the constitution, so we require the second point. I have told you in majority, so second majority, special majority, that is 2/3 of members present and voting. ठीक है? 368 में जो दो स्पेशल मेजोरिटी दी है, उन दोनों में ही प्रेजेंट एंड वोटिंग टर्म है. ठीक है? ओनली वन डिफरेंस, not one difference, only one majority, a particular majority is there in our constitution which is toughest, which is impeachment of our president, which require 2/3 of members of total, 2/3 members of total membership of house. Understood? यहाँ हम क्या पढ़ रहे हैं? Present and voting. Those members at the time of voting of a bill are present and are not gone to samosa party or washroom and are voting in the house. So present and voting. ठीक है? And total membership means doesn't matter what is the vacancy of house, what are the members absent of the house. We require 2/3 of members of total seats in the house. ठीक है? Total strength of the house. That is impeachment of president. Understood? But in Article 368 we have been given present and voting. So if the bill provisions does not pertain to provisions, federal provisions, then special majority, 2/3 present and voting, will be held in both of the houses. ठीक है? If one house rejects this particular bill, so the bill comes to an end and it is not declared as an amendment. Also, there is no joint sitting called by the President of India. Understood? The last provision is, अच्छा इसमें अगर if in this particular stage the provisions are amending the federal features, so third kind of majority, it means 2/3 present and voting plus half of states, more than 50% of the state legislatures has to ratify it. और कितना टाइम दिया कि कितने टाइम में रेटिफाई करना पड़ेगा? नो टाइम गिवन. Only it is given that the states legislatures, more than half of the state legislatures has to ratify this particular bill which is causing amendment to the constitution. तो ये फेडरल प्रोविजंस हो गए, ये ऑर्डिनरी प्रोविजंस के लिए हो गए. ठीक है? लास्ट है प्रेसिडेंट कांट यूज एनी ऑफ हिज वोटिंग वीटो पावर्स but to give his assent. So it is compulsion on the president to give assent to this particular bill. Understood? And I have always told you, when a bill has been passed in a legislature and become a law, so that is nothing but the process of enactment, like what is written in our preamble. Our constitution has been enacted and give ourselves, और ये जो भी लिखा हुआ उसमें. So this is the whole procedure of amending the constitution. Absorb this. So I have told you we will be discussing the federal provisions. Here and there I have told you if federal provisions are involved in the amendment of the constitution, then the particular majority is required, that is 2/3 of member present and voting plus more than half of the majority of state legislatures. ठीक है, टाइम पीरियड दिया हुआ है स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर्स का, नहीं दिया हुआ. So these are the 5 federal grounds in which state as well as center has to rely on each other. ठीक है. So this particular requires 368 आर्टिकल और मेजॉरिटी कैसी होनी चाहिए, 2/3 प्लस स्टेट्स. ठीक है. फर्स्ट के 3 पार्ट्स हैं, सेकंड के 3 पार्ट्स हैं, थर्ड, फोर्थ एंड फिफ्थ. तो देख लेते क्या क्या है. सो इन फर्स्ट, इलेक्शन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट. इफ यू कैन रिमेंबर आर्टिकल, इट इज वेल एंड गुड. आई थिंक 54 और 55 है, एक बार चेक कर लेना. सेकेंड इज extent of executive powers of center, and the third is extent of executive powers of states. ठीक है, executive power of center and executive powers of state. ठीक है, extent of executive powers of center if इट वॉन्ट्स टू इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज हिज जुरिस्डिक्शन. ठीक है, बाउंड्रीज जो उसके लॉ, सेंटर के लॉ अप्लाई हो रहे हैं. सो इफ अ पर्टिकुलर अमेंडमेंट हैज टू बी डन इन दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोविजंस, देन सेंटर एंड स्टेट हैज टू कम टुगेदर. अंडरस्टूड. दिस इज एग्जीक्यूटिव, एक्सटेंट ऑफ एग्जीक्यूटिव पावर्स ऑफ स्टेट्स. अगर स्टेट को अपनी जुरिस्डिक्शन बढ़ानी है लॉ की, तो तब भी सेंटर और स्टेट को दोनों को साथ आना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. So first is election of the president. If you want to change the provisions of election of president, then दोनों को आना पड़ेगा. Extent of executive power of center, extent of executive powers of states. Second is chapter 4 of part 5. What it is? Supreme Court. It deals with Supreme Court. Chapter 4 of part 5. Part 5 is dealing with union government. SC chapter 5 of part 6. Part 6 deals with state. ठीक है. And the last is center state legislative relations. ठीक है, ये हम पूरा पढ़ेंगे सेंटर स्टेट रिलेशंस के चैप्टर में. ठीक है. Actually, this whole part that I am describing now has been also covered in the center-state relations. ठीक है, तो उस चैप्टर में भी ये फिर से आएगा. So third is Rajya Sabha seats. Allocation of seats in Rajya Sabha. We all know that different states have the seats in Rajya Sabha क्योंकि सबकी population different है. So according to their population, their seats has been given to every states. ठीक है. So this particular allocation of seats of Rajya Sabha, which has been included in Schedule 4, if you want to change this particular thing, then also we have to, not we have to, the center and state have to come together. Next is point 4, Schedule 7, which deals with 3 lists: union list, state list and concurrent list. Understood? तो इसमें भी I think ऐसे 100 matters which are included in union list, on which only center can make law. There are I don't remember correctly, 61 or 51, which is in state list, and say 51 in concurrent list. So in concurrent list, both state and center can make law. But if both make law at a particular time, then center law will prevail over that, only in concurrent list. In state list, In major portion, state will make law. Only state can make law. But there are 5 extraordinary grounds where center can interfere in this particular state list. ये कहाँ समझेंगे? सेंटर स्टेट रिलेशंस में. And this particular last one, 368, to amend article 368 itself, कि जिसमें ये सब लिखा है. भाई Indians are very street smart. So once upon a time, the parliamentarians, after eating chole bhature, will come to the House of Parliament, introducing a bill that I have to amend article 368 और इसमें मेरे को सिंपल मेजोरिटी डालनी है. अब क्या करेंगे? दिक्कत हो जाएगी. So article 368 itself is included in these federal grounds. Understood? इधर एक और है. If there is a particular high court in UT, so that particular provision is also in federal grounds. ठीक है. वैसे ये आपको इससे भी समझ आता हाई कोर्ट्स, बिकॉज हाई कोर्ट्स आर नॉट ओन्ड बाय स्टेट. वो तो पर्टिकुलरली जुडिशरी का फंक्शन है. लेजिस्लेटिव और एग्जीक्यूटिव तो अलग है ना. और इन दिस पर्टिकुलर सेपरेशन ऑफ पावर्स इज ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर डॉक्ट्राइन, है ना. सो नॉट सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट्स are in the state and are for the state, but they are not of the state. ठीक है, तो ये लाइन याद रखना. तो this is another high courts in union territories. So these are all the federal grounds on which center and state have to come together. So ये छोटा सा चैप्टर था. So I hope you like this video, and if you like this video, please share it with your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. तब तक के लिए goodbye, जय हिंद.